Hey everyone, so let's talk about using the Nintendo 2DS here, as you hear this funky looking device, in 2021. So it is April of 2021. This is, I believe this was called Seafoam Blue, something like that. Very, very cool looking color. It's kind of like a green blue. Very cool. Very funky looking device here. So to give you a quick overview of the device. So here you have a sleep button, so if you're gaming and I need to pause the game or whatever, so you pause the game, you hit that, it puts into sleep. You come back to it, instead of having to turn on your device again, you just turn off your sleep and away you go. You have your little lanyard part here. These came with a 4 GB SD card, not micro SD, but actual SD. That's upside down. SD card right there, SDHC. And it's actually a really cool little switch, kind of like goes back into itself. Then you have, of course, your stylus. Now, let me tell you, I love devices with styluses on them. And you have your giant R and L triggers here. And then hopefully you guys can see, but there's actually a little camera here. So this does have a camera, actually 2 cameras on the back here, which was for like the 3D part, even though this does not do 3D. Then you have your charging port here. This is for your game slot, of course, and I'll show you guys how well this still plays. We have Pokemon Moon here, and of course it's nice and flat. And then on the side here you have your volume for your one speaker, and actually it isn't that bad. It's actually a pretty decent speaker. Then you have your lanyard part on here as well. On the bottom here, which you do not see in many devices these days, especially phones, is your for your headphones, headphone jack. Then you have your home button down here, and your power button here, and then your light indicators there. Of course, you have your different controls, and again, you have a little speaker. And then you have one more camera right there. And then you have the bottom one. This is touchscreen. You use your finger, or you can use the stylus. Basically, use anything you want on it. And then, of course, you have your bigger actual main display there. And I did not mention, but you also have a little mic there. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on and show you how quick it still turns on. Besides from today when I was messing around with it before this video. How was that? If I actually hit the button there. I had not used this device in probably half a year to a year. And the last time I did use it, I charged it up all the way. And again, I was messing around with it a bit before I was trying to do some different things here, getting ready for this video. It was actually still a full. So now it's just one bar down out of the 4. So it held its battery charge very, very well, even without being used or charged for, I want to say, at least 6 months to a year here. So of course here you have your little home display here. You have all your different settings and options. You can go onto the internet. I just wouldn't really recommend it. Even when this was new years ago, it was not very good for internet browsing whatsoever. You do have YouTube, but they sent out notifications saying YouTube's going to be going bye-bye real soon here. Then of course, like I said, you have the camera, which will show that off. Turn off this volume. Turn up the volume all the way here. And it gets decently loud. I don't know why they didn't do 2 different speakers, but they didn't. So, of course, you can take pictures or videos, as I just did a video there. And then you can view your videos. It's kind of funny. I'm going to go ahead and take an actual photo. So you hit this icon up here and it'll change between photo and video. Right there. So I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of, I don't know what I'm going to take a picture of. I'm going to take a picture of my mouse here. And again, that's not touchscreen. I don't know why I'm trying to touch it, but I am. So of course nowadays you have phones with way better cameras than you would on this. But you guys can't really see it too well, but it's actually not the worst picture I've ever seen, that's for sure. It's probably better than some flip phones were years and years ago. So we'll go ahead and get out of this. And of course, to close an application, we just hit the close here. But let's get out of this. Let's go to the actual why everyone would actually buy one of these, and that's for playing Nintendo games. Okay, so apparently there's still an update for this. Thing two, you guys saw when I turned it on, it actually turns on pretty quick. Yeah, I really love this coloring, those blue-green colors all over it, and including the stylus. It's just a cool color, along with the white. And I should mention too, that at least in my area, you can pick up these used. There's a crazy amount of them around me, used for less than $100. Some of them come with games, some of them don't. I mean, I think the cheapest one I saw was like $60. So you see it loads of games pretty quick. Again, this is Moon. I have quite a few hours into this game. Of course, just like if it were new, there's no issues whatsoever playing the game. There's the volume up all the way. And my touchscreen still works very well. Again, it loads everything pretty quick here. One thing is these screens are very small. Definitely say that. These are very small screens, especially the bottom one here. I've not played this game in forever. We'll go and get into a fight here. At one point I was trying to breed Pokemon and get into competitive battling, but kind of gave up on that a long time ago now. Alright, here we go. So of course on the bottom you have your attacks and everything. So the crazy attack, I don't think we'll do anything here. Let's see. I love the Pichu with the hat on. Yep, I knew that going into attack, but this journey, guys. So this is still very fun, of course. Pokemon is still a very fun game. I mean, heck, you go back to the original, like, Red and Blue, and you're still gonna have fun playing the game. Of course, those games were crazy hard back then. Red and Blue, that is. And like, Yellow. Yeah, all you had was a Pichu and you had to go against Brock with his ground type Pokemon that he couldn't even hurt. Oh man, 3 damage. Just showing off different moves here. So this is still very fun. Again, the screen is crazy small. I mean, this is like way smaller than a phone is even like small phones these days. But if you want to get a bigger screen, you can get the 2DS, what is the thing called, XL or something like that. Alright, now I'm just going to show off one more thing here. This is called Game Notes, so if you're in the middle of a game and you want to take a note for whatever reason, maybe, I don't know, say, hey, electric does nothing to ground type Pokemon. You can come into, you can pause your game here by hitting the home and hitting the game notes. And then you can write down whatever you want to write down. Electric ground. I have horrible handwriting. This actually picks up my horrible handwriting very well. We can do different things here. It's actually pretty cool. It's kind of like a little notepad. I've never actually used this. It's actually pretty cool. You also export it, so it'll save it to your SD card. So we'll get out of this. So it's just really cool. It's like if you're in the middle of a game, you're like, oh, I need to take a note. You have no paper or whatever near you. You just go into that and take your own little note there. And then go back into your game and keep on trucking. Alright, so can you still use a Nintendo 2DS in 2021? Of course you can. I mean, you can use a Game Boy Color in 2021. I mean, it still plays games very well. You can take notes. If you really want to, you can go onto the internet. I mean, there's still an update for this that you can do. I mean, yeah. So I mean, there was YouTube. It's going bye though. Like I said, I mean, you have the little cameras. It's a pretty cool device. It's a very funky looking device. I mean, it's actually somewhat comfortable. I don't have big hands whatsoever. These are average size hands, but it works actually pretty well. Yeah, so this is a cool device. These don't dig in your hand. I mean, maybe if you have super long hands or something, they would a little bit. But I remember I think it was my 3DS XL, when you hold onto it, it kind of dug into my palms a little bit. This is nice and curved for the most part. It doesn't hurt. Again, there's your sleep. Yeah, so definitely, if you guys want to get a Nintendo 3DS or 2DS or whatever in 2021, since they don't make these new anymore, this is a good option. It's still pretty cheap. Again, you can spend $60 on a used one or $100 on a used one. Some will come with games and stuff. Now, Pokemon games on here are still crazy expensive. Some of the DS and 3DS games are still like $40, just like they were when they were brand new. So it's crazy, and if you can find them. Especially if you can find them used. But yeah, they're still very fun to do, just like it was when it came out new. Yeah, so I definitely still recommend this. This is still a cool device, especially this color. I really like that color. So yeah, alright guys, thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know, do you guys have a 2DS, a 3DS? Do you guys, or have you ditched these for the Nintendo Switch now, since that's kind of like a DS was, just a new version of it, cooler version of it in a way. Alright guys, let me know what you think. What was your favorite DS system? Was it the original DS, DSi, 3DS, 2DS, 3DS XL, 2DS XL, or any others I've forgotten? Or do you like even older school, you go with the Game Boy, or like the Game Boy SP? Alright guys, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have a good one. See you guys next time. Goodbye.